It's Tom here from Golden Goal, and here is everything you need to know ahead of Game Week 23. Okay, first up, like all of these videos, is the top players for expected points for the game week. No real surprise, with Man City having a double game week in Haaland, currently on course to break all records in terms of FPL point scoring, Premier League goal scoring. He's top of the expected points list this week with 15.8 expected points. I put him there with the triple captain on him purely because his expected points this week are higher than Rashford's were in game week 22. I think he could actually do a bit better than that as well. I know Man City, they don't seem to be clicking, all gears firing, etc. But in these two games, they really have to go for it and win. Given their result against Tottenham, obviously Arsenal lost as well, but I really feel like Man City have to go for these two games, which means I think they're going to be pinging in balls to Haaland left, right and centre, and he's going to be getting on the end of these chances, and I think there are plenty of goals for him in this upcoming game week. Now, I would suggest, obviously, the Aston Villa fixture is the highlight of the two for Man City, with the Arsenal away one being obviously very difficult, but I just don't see a way that Man City, go about that Arsenal game other than going for the jugular and trying to score as many goals as possible, because they really have to win to stand any chance of staying in the title race. So for me, I think Man City are going to go all guns blazing, and Haaland is looking like a really good option if you've still got your triple captaincy chip. And through that list, I don't think there are any real surprises in terms of players that show up there. It's a range of Man City and Arsenal players, all the best players from the teams. I think we all know who the best assets are, and you can see it there. And next up, we've got the goal scoring and goal involvement odds. I don't think I've seen numbers quite as high as they are this week. Haaland is 90% to either get a goal or an assist this week, which is, I don't think I've ever seen a player in FPL with that high a goal involvement odd according to the algorithm. So yeah, it's just really interesting to see just how well backed Haaland is this week. And like I was saying, his goal percentage is 86%, so he's got an 86% chance of scoring a goal in game week 23. Alvarez is up there as well. I'm not sure he's going to play both of the games, if he even starts any of them at all, so I'm not sure I'd go with him. Saka and Martinelli actually topping the goal involvement and goal scoring odds above Odegaard and Nketiah according to DraftHound. That's slightly against the run of how the underlying numbers are going, with Odegaard and Nketiah being the two outstanding Arsenal players at the moment. But with me, as a Saka and Martinelli owner, I certainly like that. Some people considering going sideways from Martinelli to Odegaard. I'm certainly thinking about it, but looking at these goal involvement odds, I'm half tempted to just stick with Martinelli for another week. Mahrez, Grealish, De Bruyne, Foden. We've got Palmer there for Man City as well. I'm not sure he's going to play the games, but yeah, just a view there of the top players for goals and top players for goal involvement. Not really too dissimilar to the expected points, because these are just the best players for the game week. And then finally, just to finish off the algorithm-based stuff, we've got the clean sheet odds for the game week. Interestingly, it's not exactly ranked 1 to 20. With Man City and Arsenal, I'd both suggest coming in at 1 and 2. Man City with 55% clean sheet odds against Villa, and then 30 against Arsenal. And Arsenal with 52% against Brentford and 19 against Man City. Certainly suggests to me that Man City and Arsenal defenders, if you're going for any, are the ones to be buying this week. Liverpool at 52% there against Everton. Usually the Merseyside derby is quite a close affair. I think they mostly finish 1-1, 0-0, that sort of scoreline. And I think with Sean Dyche now taking over at Everton, they seem to have turned a bit of a corner. And I just can't see Liverpool playing as badly as they have been for too much longer. I think there's going to be something that turns it around for them. So I could quite easily just see, like most Merseyside derbies, quite a tight affair and maybe 0-0. Newcastle, I think I'd quite back them to keep a clean sheet against Bournemouth. I was saying last week, not too sure about them going forward, and I'm not. I think without Bruno Guimaraes and the tricky fixtures and blanks they've got coming up, I'm not sure the Newcastle defence are great options. But just look at game week 23. One good fixture left. They've got Bournemouth away. I think you can back them for this week. Brighton obviously got their derby against Crystal Palace. That game usually ends with both teams scoring, so interesting one there to see if they keep a clean sheet. Chelsea looking really back to it defensively. I think they've kept 3 clean sheets in a row now in the Premier League, might even be 4. But yeah, they're looking really good defensively. Not sure about them going forward, but yeah, the signing of Badiashile makes them really strong defensively. And obviously Reece James is back in the fray as well. West Ham away. Last season, you'd think that was a tricky fixture, but I don't think West Ham are at it this season. So I do think Chelsea could well keep a clean sheet in that one. Not too convinced on Fulham and Wolves there. They're playing two teams that really need to win their games, so not entirely sure they'll keep a clean sheet. Then we got Man United, only 33% to keep a clean sheet against Leeds. I think with Jesse Marsch going, I don't know who their assistant manager is. I do think Man United probably keep a clean sheet on that one. And of the rest of that list, that probably closes it out. I mean, Tottenham have got a chance against Leicester, but I think Leicester have just too much firepower for Tottenham to keep them quiet. And the rest of the teams, not really sure you could back them to keep a clean sheet. But yeah, there's all the teams from the Premier League and their clean sheet odds for game week 23. I'm just going to interrupt myself with a bit of a special request for you. If you're enjoying the video so far, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I'm really trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the season. I'll be whacking out 2 FPL videos, maybe more, every week, and doing a deadline stream on the day of the deadline every week. And if you enjoy my videos, appreciate my company on the deadline stream, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like rating on the video and subscribe to the channel so you can show your appreciation. Back to the video. Okay, next up is a view of the fixtures per game week predictions from Twitter. I basically pulled this screenshot off Twitter. I think it's been benchmarked by someone against Ben Crellin's predictions and essentially shows a view of teams that are either blanking or going to double in game weeks coming up. As you can see there, really, we've got some big blanks coming up in 25 and 28. Quite a number of teams are going to double in 29, as well as 34 as well. We might get a couple of blanks in 32 by the looks of it, but it's certainly looking like game week 29 and game week 34 are looking like big double game weeks. I'd also suggest that Man City, if you're looking to triple captain Erling Haaland, you could wait until game week 34. You've got 1.52 chance of fixtures, so 1.52 expected fixtures, if that's a stat. And yeah, you can see for yourself there all the teams that are expected to double coming up. I'm personally really liking the look of the 2 Brentford doubles in 29 and 34. Ivan Toney looks a really attractive option for that. Likewise with Brighton, potential doubles in 26, 29 and 34. I don't really, and by the looks of it, I've just noticed that in 37 as well. I don't think you can ignore Mitoma and the Brighton defence for too much longer either. And also Chelsea throwing in their chance of doubling in 29 and 34. I really like Reece James for that. But you can see there the rest of the teams. Obviously Newcastle got a chance to double as well. We all know how good they are defensively. Yeah, it's all there for you to see. You can pause the video and take a look for yourself. But these are the predicted number of fixtures per game week for the rest of the season. And now just a quick look at how my team is faring. Not in the best of situations at the moment. I moved De Bruyne to Fernandes for game week 22 for the double, and I'm very pleased with how he's done so far. I'm recording this on Tuesday afternoon, so he's not played his fixture v Leeds yet of the double in 22, so we wait to see how he gets on in that. But for 22 at least, I'm happy with the position my team is in, but I don't feel I'm best set up for game week 23, and to be honest, there's so much I could do with this team that I don't think I've really finalised any transfer decisions yet. Where I'm thinking of going is maybe going Cancelo to another Man City defender, albeit reluctantly, because I'm not sure there is one that's going to start both the games. I'm thinking of going for a Kanji, just because he appears to be the most nailed, and then that gives me enough money to go Nonto to Harry Kane. Given that I only have one free transfer, that's obviously going to cost me 4 points to do, but I just think it's worthwhile. I think Harry Kane looks a great option just for the long term in FPL. And to be honest, I'm very just surprised that I've not had him at all since the World Cup, because yeah, he's just been consistently scoring points, consistently scoring goals, and I've just missed out on all of them. So yeah, hopefully going to get Harry Kane in this week along with another Man City defender. But that's where I'm thinking early on. Things could change though as the game week goes on. And then finally, like I have done every week, I just wanted to mention what my current chip strategy is. And again, like I have done every week, I'm crediting FPL Raptor for his fantastic chip strategy video. I think it's still relevant because I don't think there are too many changes to the fixtures which will affect the relevancy of his video. So I'd absolutely check that out if you want to know a bit more about the way to play your chips in FPL for the remainder of the season. But what I thought I'd do after showing you my team is show you how I'm thinking of going with my chips. Unfortunately, I've already used my triple captain, used it on Haaland in game week 20 like I think most people probably did. I was just mentioning really that Haaland in 23 looks to be a great opportunity if you've still got it. I'm probably going to free hit in 29 for the double game week. I don't own a lot of players from the teams, the outstanding teams, if you like, that are going to double. So I think then is a good time to play my free hit. Wildcard's going to come in 33. Looks like 32 is going to be a big blank. So using my transfers after the free hit to bring in players that don't blank, and then using my wildcard to make a team that I'm happy with going forward. And then for the doubles that are coming up in 34 and 37, I'll have my wildcard played, and I should be in a position then to play my bench boost as well, given that I'm sort of wildcarding my team to prepare for that. I think that's a really nice chip strategy. Certainly works for my team. It might work for yours as well, but if you're looking to find out more information, I can't tell you to go anywhere else but FPL Raptors video. And that's it for my video. I really hope you enjoyed that, found it useful and insightful, helped you make some decisions maybe on your transfers or your captaincy or your chips or your triple captain, whatever, for game week 23. And like I said in my little segment, if you enjoyed it, really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. Got plenty more content coming out like this for the rest of the season and on my deadline streams. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.